Hello and welcome to another session of Let's Get Real with Mona. That's me. So, welcome, welcome, welcome. Now, today we're still looking at the theme of power, and we're going to focus and explore the topic of how to connect with our power and create our abundant lives. Now, some people have written in and they have shared that the way they connect with their power is through automatic writing. So they can connect with their angels. Others have written in and shared that they connect through meditating and surrendering and allowing the day to unfold. So, how do you connect with your power? Now, have you ever pondered that question? Have you ever paid attention to when you are connected to your power and when you're not? Now, for those of you who are still wondering what is your power, in the previous session, I shared what my thoughts were on our greatest power. And that's something we all have access to. It's part of all of us. And that's love. The ability to love, to be loved, to share love, to experience love, to receive love, to give love in all its forms. And when I spoke about love in that session, I spoke about love beyond romantic love. The kind of love that created this universe, the kind of love that created you and I. So, how do you connect with your power? How do you connect with this power that is the creative force, the creative energy that's brought you and I into existence? So let's do this. Let's do a little bit of misting with my prosperity spray so we can all get into the right high vibration, because that's what being in our power is all about. It helps us to be in a high vibration, and sometimes we require a little support, either from people or from the essence of nature to bring us together. So that's what I did just now, to just help us be more in flow with our authentic essence. You just spray a little bit of prosperity spray, which I make and I share, and I do mistings for us every day, for myself, my family, for everyone in my communities, for everyone across the world, for Mother Earth herself. So for those of you who are joining me, let me know where you are at, where you are and how you're feeling today, what's going on with you. Because I want you to notice the difference, if you're not feeling that good right now, and pay attention to how you feel by the end of the session. Because it's important for us to notice how we live our lives, where we are when we start off our day and where we are when we end our day. So, like I said, today we are exploring how to connect with our power. And I shared with you what some of our community members have indicated. Now, others would interact with nature, would go out for walks in nature. Others would have a massage. Others would connect with their power by interacting with others. Now, it can be anything. What I love doing, there's various things I do, but what I noticed is whatever I do that brings joy to me, it's what I call my happy place. So I can be out in nature. I can go for a beautiful hike. I can stand at the shores of the beach and watch the waves flowing in and out and have my feet dipped in a stream. I can be watching the sunset or the sunrise or the stars with my husband. I can go for a beautiful meal with my family and friends. Now, each of those puts me in a happy place. So, are you noticing what I'm sharing with you right now? Our power, to connect with our power, we can do anything. For some people, it will be drawing a painting. It'll be just having a cup of tea or having a beautiful cup of coffee or just a refreshing glass of water or looking at a flower. It can be infinite possibilities of what brings you into your happy place. Because here's the thing, our power, like I've shared in the past sessions, is not outside of us. Our power is inside of us. And you know what was so interesting? For so many years, I thought that my power was outside of me. I thought that my power was in my qualifications. I thought my power was in my titles that I had at work. I thought my power was in all my material accomplishments. I thought that my power was in the amount of money I earned. It was in the type of relationships that I was having with people, and if I measured my power in whether those relationships were good or not good. So I externalized my power. Now, how many of you have done that, or maybe are still doing that? Because here's the thing, no one teaches us this when we are born. Firstly, no one tells us that we are powerful, infinite beings when we come into this world. And then no one tells us where our power actually resides. You know, we think we have to be doing super magical things out there in the world for it to be power. But the thing is, our power, to connect with our power, it's what makes our heart sing. For some, like my husband, it could be eating a beautiful piece of chocolate because that's what makes his heart sing. Or, like he's known as that coffee guy, having the most aromatic, delicious cup of coffee every day. That's his happy place. And for my son, well, his happy place is playing what I call his video games. You know, he loves playing online because he's there with people across the world and they come together and they all playing these games and they challenge each other to be their best, to achieve the best results they can as a group. So for him, that's what he loves doing. Oh, I see. That's worse. I do love chocolate and coffee. Yes, that's definitely worse. So here's the thing. To connect with our power, we have to drop down from our headspace, our mind, into our heart. Because that's where our power resides. Now, did you know that research has been done? And I love following the research of the Heart Math Institute in the US, because what they discovered, I mean, for how long? I'm not sure if you're still in that space, where we were told the brain is the powerful organ in our body, that the brain does everything, the brain commands everything. But did you know the brain is given instructions by our heart? Yes, the Heart Math Institute found that the heart is more powerful than the brain. And if I'm remembering my statistics correctly, it was about 5,000 times stronger than the brain. Now just picture that. We think we manifest by our brain, our mind, that we tell ourselves what to do. No. You see, the mind is electric, and the heart, the mind, the brain is electric, and the heart is magnetic. Now, if you want to bring abundance to you in whatever form you are desiring that abundance, you've got to magnetize it to you. You bring it to you through the vibration, the frequency that is expressed from your heart. And this is what Dr. David Hawkins in his book Power versus Force was talking about. And I spoke about this in the first session that we dealt with this month about power. You see, the heart is all about a vibration, a frequency that goes out. The heart either sends out joy, blissful states, or it's sending out sadness and grief and guilt and shame. Now, those vibrations of guilt, shame, sadness, grief, despair are lower vibrations. Happiness, joy, peace are the frequencies of abundance. Now, it is that simple, but it's not taught for a reason. Because as long as we are fearful, those are the lower vibrational frequencies, then we don't attract the good to us. And when we are in the high vibrational frequencies of love, of expansiveness, of acceptance, of joy, of bliss, well, things come to us as if by magic. Things can come to us even though we may not even have gone out looking for it. And it's so interesting. That's exactly what I was sharing yesterday with someone that we were having dinner with. That you can set an intention, and when you do it, when you are in a high vibrational state, well, you can forget about it because it will show up when you're ready to receive it. Because that frequency to what it is you desire already got locked in. It's like a missile. It's like a missile that locks in into its target because of the frequency that's there. And then it comes to you. So how do you feel knowing this right now? How do you feel knowing that your power, you see, it is our divine heritage to live our most abundant lives. It is our divine heritage to connect with that source of love, which is within us. And that vibration of love connects all the dots around us. It connects us to that infinite wisdom, the creator that brought all of us, this planet, the stars, the moon, the sun, the flowers, the trees, the river, the ocean, into being. Now, that's the power I'm talking about. You see, our greatest power is love. And what does that mean for us? It means the most expansive, infinite state we can be. And then all the other gifts and talents gets activated through that. So if you're someone who wants to create, some kind of vehicle, for example, that is solar powered or harnesses the power of the wind or some interesting creative form of vehicle. Well, where do you think it starts? It starts from within you. If that's your power, if you want to be a great orator, if you want to be a great healer, if you want to be a great author, if you want to be a great designer, if you want to be a great chef, trying to find all the different examples of what people, if you want to be a great plumber, where do you think you connect with that ability? It's not outside you, it's inside you. It really is an inside job. Our power is an inside job. Now, for many people, they may not even know where their power is being leaked. And I love this example because I did not even know that my power was leaking. So, do you know we have power leakages? Yes, in us. And my dear little car, the battery, or rather, let me say, the battery in my car, showed me whenever I was not in my power, but to such an extent over the 2020-2021 period, when the world was turned upside down, the thing that was most impacted, and it started towards the latter part of 2019, the thing that was impacted was the battery in my car. Now, I drive a luxury vehicle. So if there's anything wrong with it, then the system, the computer system that's in the car will show you. But the battery would get completely drained up, and then I would take it back in. They would replace the battery with a brand new battery. So the battery was always under warranty because I think over a period of a couple of months, I was returning the battery every month. It would be completely drained. Now, if you know me, I'm someone that focuses on science, from tangible and intangible things around me. I focus on the science from nature. I focus on whatever the universe and however the universe, God, the divine spirit chooses to communicate with me. And spirit was communicating with me through my car battery, telling me that I was not in my power. I wasn't standing in my power, my true essence. Because you see what had happened? I had shifted my frequency, but I had not shifted the physical in me, the physical vessel that is my body, to be in alignment with the spiritual aspect of me. And eventually, after taking this vehicle to the workshops, taking the vehicle in to figure out, is it the vehicle? Is it the battery? Nobody could figure it out. And then an old gentleman that my husband was referred to came to our home, and he looked at the vehicle and he said, "No, you require a different type of battery." And can you believe, since that day, when we put a different type of battery for my car, the car has been working perfectly. The battery hasn't run down because you see, it was as if the connection point, I wasn't charging. I wasn't going out and doing the things that was nourishing me, that was juicing me up. I had been doing the stuff, yes, when I left my legal career, I was guided in a certain path. But then I wasn't listening to the science, I wasn't listening to spirit. Because here's what happens when we are not in our power and connecting with our true source of power, we don't hear the messages. We don't listen to the messages. We let the mind control us instead of our heart. So when my heart was saying, "Mona, just leave everything and go out and color," because that's one of the things I do. I love coloring in mandalas. Go sit and color in. Go out to a restaurant. Take a break. Just sit and meditate. I thought, nope, if I'm running a business, I've got to be plugged into the business and I've got to give it my all because after all, I'm here to make my business a success. That's the false teachings. That we have to be sitting in front of our laptop the entire day, busy, 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 busy. And if you know me, you know what I think about the word busy. So I drained my power. I didn't feel alive because that's where our true power is, right? When we feel alive, when we are joyful, when we are so high vibrational that our abundance magically comes to us. So Where are you right now? Are you in alignment with your next level of abundance? Are you in the frequency of good? Or are you attracting not very nice experiences right now? Are you feeling depleted? And hasn't that been one of the biggest things that people around the world have been talking about? The biggest thing people will tell you is, I don't have the energy. I'm so tired. I'm exhausted. And you find them running around, scurrying around. And like I would say, like Speedy Gonzalez from one point to the other point, but not actually getting anything purposeful done. So that's when you know you're not in your power. When you're feeling low, when you're angry, when you're fearful, when you're worried, when you're sad, know that you're not in your power and figure out what it is for you. Because remember, we are all unique. For each of us, there's something different that juices us up, that activates our power. And like I say to everyone, nature Nature is the most abundant source of power, whether you get energized by the sun or the moon or a tree or a flower or the water. Find something. Do you know just having a shower or having a bath can energize you and activate your power? Because here's the thing. When you're standing in your true essence, when you reconnect to that power source within you, you can create whatever it is you desire. Because right now, with the negative power, you're creating all the things you don't want in your life. So, are you ready to connect with the high vibrational power instead of draining your power, allowing your power to leak, and letting someone else have power and control over you? And just by the way, in South Africa, we're back on the load shedding schedule again. So, what do you think's happening? For those of you overseas who are not familiar with load shedding, well, it means they regulate the electricity flow. So, at specific times, and for us today at 6 p.m. South African time, in my area, the electricity will be shut off. They have a 3 hour schedule, but it will just last for about 2 hours. So, what happens then? There's no power, like how we know it, electricity, because we've given so much of our power away to electricity. We think that life stops when there's no electricity. But here's the thing for my fellow South Africans. That's not the true source of power, because you know what you can do when the electricity goes off. And yes, business owners out there will probably be going, oh, Mona, my business is going down, blah, 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 blah. No. Why not use that time to reconnect to you? Why not use that time to reconnect with your family? Why not use that time to reconnect with what really matters to you? You see, we put so much focus on running the business or our career because we want to make money that we forgot to use these times to reconnect with ourselves, our true source of power. So, yes, even though we have load shedding, somebody made a comment yesterday at this beautiful venue we were at yesterday, the weekend, that, so many people fake that they're okay with load shedding. No, I want to tell you today, fellow South Africans, I don't fake that I'm okay with load shedding. It just gives me time to sit still, to be quiet, to spend time with my husband, with my son, with my dogs, to just be in my power. So, if you're South African and you're experiencing load shedding this evening or tomorrow morning, because it's going on for a few days, choose to work with it. Choose to not let someone else's actions control how you feel, because that's where your power is residing. You're either high vibrational because you feel high vibrational and you feel the high vibrational frequencies, or you feel you're experiencing the lower levels of power, which is actually a depletion of power, and you're giving your power away to someone else. So that's what I wanted to share with you today. Your heart, whatever you do that connects you with your heart, is where your power resides. So go out, acknowledge it today, figure out what it is for you, and see how beautifully aligned you become to your abundance. Until next time, ciao for now.